Radio Room Show, and I'm Tom Stiles, and I'm going to attempt to use suggestions that someone gave me help prevent our dongle, this guy right here, from getting overloaded. And I'm going to use this antenna tuner. Now, normally it's not used for that. There we go. Okay, now I turn the camera off. So hopefully the dropouts will decrease. Now I'm going to turn on screen sharing. And I'm going to share my entire screen, so you're going to see all kinds of stuff. And now I'm going to go to SDR. There's SDR sharp. Hopefully you're seeing it. Now that I've switched to that, I can't see the chat room, so I don't have any response. And I have, let me see, let me look at the back of this. I now have the switch on the antenna tuner in the bypass mode. So it's like the tuner is not in there. And I had a signal at 9.375 half hour ago. I don't know if it's still there. So I'm going to start the radio, the SDR. Hopefully it will start. It's not starting. Oh, it crashed. Yeah, SDR sharp. I'm hesitant sharp exits. So I can start it again. Okay, let's try starting it again. Hopefully it won't crash again. Okay, we're going to start it. Okay, there it is. Now, let me minimize this so I can see the chat room and see what's going on. Okay, how is the video now? Let me turn that audio off or down. Okay, now we go back to the other screen. And whoops, that didn't work. No. Okay, let's say it looks good now. I got Jeff tells me it looks good now. So hopefully by the fact I've turned the video off, I've got enough CPU power and bandwidth, I can show you what I wanted to show you. So here we go. We're going to go back to SDR sharp, full screen. And as you can see, I'm getting all this garbage coming in. Let me turn the audio up for a few seconds. Just total noise. Now, I don't know if this is the frequency I had before or not, which is 8.235. I don't know. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch in the antenna tuner right now. Boom, all that noise went away. Now, did it kill all my signals that I want to hear? I don't know. So let me turn the audio up, and we'll pick one. That's not a good one. That's a lot of buzzy noise. Try this one over here. Okay, there's Preacher Man, 9375. Now, I have already, let me turn the sound down. I had already played with the antenna tuner to try to get this part of the band coming in good. So I've already done that. I don't know if I can improve it more. Now, let me just, I don't know if I can remember where it's set to. Okay, we're going to, and I've never been proficient at using one of these tuners. You're supposed to tune these three knobs, transmitter, antenna, and inductance, in a certain order. I don't remember that order. So here we go. I'm going to play with the one knob that has the most effect, which is the inductance, I said inductor, inductance knob. And you can see the effects. That's the beauty of using an SDR. You can visually see the effects on the signals. So we're going to go around the knob here. Little effect. Little effect. So you can see the lower frequency there, 8 megahertz, is getting attenuated. Where my signal where I'm at right now is not. Now there it got cut down. Now it's going back up. Now there's no numeric values on this control as far as the inductance. There's just letters. So I can't tell you what the inductance is. So I'm going to keep turning in that same direction. No effect there. Signal got a little stronger, or signals. Let me turn the audio back up for you. A little distorted. But the thing is, the shortwave signals are coming in strong, and right now the medium wave, which was coming in on top of this signal 9375, it's not there using the antenna tuner. So I'm going to leave the inductance there, and now I'm going to change the antenna adjustment on this thing. Turn the audio back up. We'll see the effects. You shall be betrayed by many people, family, friends, and some of you even try to get the poverty death. And you are still doing politics. And I know just as sure as I'm alive, and I am alive, that even though you stop me. So as you can see, hopefully, it has quite a bit of an effect as far as attenuating the signal. Now, let me go back to the chat room to see if I'm even broadcasting anymore. I can find the right button here. KDOYTE, who's a ham operator, reminded me that you tune the inductor first, which is what I did. Okay, so my memory didn't fail me. And let's go back. So right now I'm going to bypass the antenna tuner and basically hook the antenna directly to the SDR right now. Whoa, unusable. Just look at all that garbage. So it's unusable. I'll put it back, the antenna tuner back in the loop. Usable. So this does appear to be a solution. Now, what I said was I'd like to have a pre-selector, which basically does the same thing, except it's for receivers and not transmitters. But maybe this will work just as well as a pre-selector. Now, I'm glad I got one more knob I can change, and I haven't changed it yet, and that's the one marked transmit. So let me turn the audio back up. And I'm going to change that knob. So that affects the reception in the waveforms that you're seeing also. I don't know how much better a pre-selector would be than using the antenna tuner. I don't know. I don't have a pre-selector. But it definitely helps greatly this problem that I have with the medium wave bleeding in. Going back to letting the antenna connect directly to the dongle. I'm going to switch it. That's what you see. I'll turn the audio up. That's what you hear. I'll turn the antenna tuner back on or back in the circuit. Whoa, what a difference. Now, I notice I say now too many times. That signal, which is the preacher man out of Tennessee in the United States, is coming in real strong. And on my Grundig 750, I can get him clear as a bell. Let's go to, which I have not been able to receive, which is out of Colorado, about 2 or 3 times the distance from me, and I don't know what the transmitting powers of the 2 stations are. At WWV, which is 10 megahertz, for instance. Oop, I went too far. Turn audio up. I wasn't able to get this at all before, even on my Grundig. Nope. Now there is a very strong signal right next to it, which I think might be the Cuban station near me. It's on shortwave. Let me see. No, it's a preacher man. Yeah, it's a preacher man. There's another strong signal here. There's where we were before. Now, the one thing about using an antenna tuner or a pre-selector, you have to retune it for every frequency that you select. Now, they do have, for transmitters, they do have automatic antenna tuners. They're quite expensive. That will tune itself. They're quite expensive. This is, I think this MFJ, it's a 904H. I think it's around $50, I think. I'm guessing, so don't hold me to it. But it does seem to solve the problem. Now let me go back to the chat room and see where we're at. See if we're even on the air anymore. Okay. Brett says, looks like it's working. Yes, Brett, it does appear to be doing a job. Oh, In Andrews says that RTLSDR.com also now offers a medium wave filter for $15. Wow, that's worth trying. I'll have to see if I can order one of those and see if that improves things, and then I don't have to, because the way that should work is there's no tuning involved like you have to have for an antenna tuner or a pre-selector, which that's why I don't use them, because they're a nuisance to have to tune them. So I think my problem has developed in recent weeks, where a new transmitter, I looked it up on the internet, it's only 5.5 miles from me. I think they just recently started using that transmitter, because I didn't recognize the station and the frequency. It's 840 kilohertz, and I don't remember any station on 840 kilohertz. So that may be the problem that has developed, and why I'm seeing it now and I didn't see it before. Another solution is they drop down from 50 kilohertz power to 1 kilohertz power at night. Just listen at night. So, as Brett said, this appears to be a solution. It's a little cumbersome because you have to retune it each time, but it is a solution. And as Andrew's suggestion, there is now a filter for medium wave. I knew they had one for FM, and this version supposedly of the dongle, it's the version 3, has that that FM filter built in. It doesn't have a medium wave filter built in. And I would guess that the medium wave filter is much larger. So, yeah, KDOYT says I can make one for less than $5. I'm just not that good at making things anymore. I just don't have the patience nor the dexterity. So, yeah, you can make one for $5. I would probably go nuts trying to make one. I got to the point now where I buy things. Let's see. Ian Andrews says, yes, you can, but this one has the SMA and it's already boxed. Hard to beat for the price. Yeah, for $15, it's hard to beat. You got that right, Andrews. So I definitely will put one on order, and we'll bring it in and we'll test it and put it on the air and do a hangout and all that good stuff. Plus, since it comes with the right adapters, then you screw it into the end of the dongle, you screw your antenna on the end of that, and boom, you're ready to go. Now, like I say, I had seen that they had one for FM, but I did not know they had one for medium wave. So I'm going to have to look into that. And that's the beauty of doing hangouts, where you get this instant feedback from your audience. And I want to do more hangouts. I thought this new computer would allow me to run more things at once. It appears that I can run a little more things at once, but for some reason, SDR Sharp and doing a hangout don't seem to go together. So I have to remember to turn my video off in the hangout so that it's not using up a bunch of CPU power. So I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything. And this is, unlike the previous show, this is a success. If you've got a antenna tuner and got this kind of problem I had with the medium wave interference, this will definitely do the job. Or as Andrews suggested, they now have a filter that goes with this RTL-SDR.com dongle, meaning it has the same type of connectors, the SMA connectors, and it's only $15. It's kind of hard to beat. This dongle on VHF and UHF works great, and it has worked great on HF until I got this interference problem with this one medium wave station. So unless there's any other comments or questions, I'm going to call it a wrap. And I want to thank everybody that stopped by and helped me figure out this problem. And we'll let it go for that. Oh, there's, and I'm sorry if I pronounce your handle wrong, Brytek. He does some great shows on computers and troubleshooting computers and using software. I mean, he is one of the best, and I watch his shows all the time. I can't remember his name, though. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, Brytek. 09. Okay, I think that's about it. And again, thanks for everybody for watching, and have a great day. And I'm going to turn some lights off because I'm burning up in this room. Oh yeah, Brian. Okay, Brian. I had forgotten. I think the reason I forgot is I think on one of your recent shows, somebody made a comment and they used a different name. And I'm like, I don't think that's his name. So I don't. Thanks for reminding me, Brian. And like I say, I really enjoy your shows. Anybody that's interested in computers, that's the channel to go to, is his channel on computers. I'm using them a lot now because I'm learning Windows 10, and he has a lot of valuable shows on Windows 10 and all kinds of utilities and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. And this, once again, this is the little tuner I'm using. Comes from MFJ, model number 904. It's much more expensive than that $15 filter that Anderson mentioned. Plus, you have to, every time you change the frequency, you have to readjust these controls to get the best reception. Bye-bye.